They banned my solar panels, so I turned their entire neighborhood into a construction zone. I came home from work to find my brand new solar installation covered in bright red stop work stickers. 24 panels, $18,000 worth of equipment, and 3 months of planning, now wrapped in violation tape like a crime scene. A citation was taped to my front door. Unauthorized solar installation violates community architectural standard. Remove immediately or face daily fines of $200. Unauthorized, I'd pulled every permit, hired licensed contractors, and followed every code requirement. But apparently, the Clearwater Heights HOA decided solar panels didn't fit their Mediterranean villa aesthetic. The kicker? I don't even live in their HOA. My ranch house sits on 3 acres that predates their development by 20 years, but their so-called architectural review board thought they could dictate what I put on my own roof. I called the HOA president, Marcus Webb, who sounded like he'd never worked a real job in his life. In the most patronizing tone possible, he told me solar panels were visually disruptive and inconsistent with community character. It's my house, I said, on my land, outside your jurisdiction. Actually, he replied smugly, the county passed new ordinances. Solar installations require HOA approval, even outside the development. That didn't sit right. So, I started digging. Turns out Marcus was half right. The county had passed new rules, but they made blocking solar panels illegal, even for HOAs. He was bluffing, but I remembered something about Clearwater Heights. Their entire neighborhood had been thrown up in record time by a shady developer. Cheap materials, rushed inspections, especially when it came to electrical systems. That's when I called my buddy Jake, a county electrical inspector. Over beers, I casually mentioned my concerns about safety in new developments. You'd be amazed what we find, Jake said. Overloaded panels, bad grounding, undersized wiring. Most of it gets overlooked because they're rushing occupancy permits. I asked if concerned citizens could request safety inspections. Jake grinned. Anonymous tips get investigated within 48 hours. The next morning, I filed one. I described unusual electrical activity, flickering lights, even burning smells, all perfectly legal to report. By Tuesday, county inspectors rolled into Clearwater Heights with trucks full of equipment. They started with a few random houses, but the violations were immediate and everywhere. Turns out the developer had installed undersized electrical panels. Code required 200 amp service, but they'd used 150 amp panels to save money. Every single house was technically a fire hazard. Then came the grounding problems, undersized wires, and sloppy junction boxes. By Thursday, 16 houses were red tagged unsafe for occupancy. Chaos followed. Residents couldn't use more than half their electrical capacity. Air conditioning was restricted. Utility trucks and construction crews swarmed every street. Jackhammers, drills, and backup generators roared from dawn until nightfall. Clearwater Heights was a disaster zone. That's when Marcus Webb showed up at my door, looking exhausted. "We need to discuss your solar panel situation," he muttered. I invited him to sit on my porch, with a perfect view of electricians tearing apart his neighborhood. "This electrical inspection situation is unfortunate timing," he said. "Safety first," I replied. He winced as another jackhammer rattled the street. "About your solar panels, we may have been overzealous. What would it take to resolve this amicably?" Negotiations were quick. They agreed to withdraw all objections, reimburse my contractor for delays, and issue written confirmation that renewable energy projects were exempt